What is going on? Okay, you guys are showing in here. You're not showing in the other thing. Hang on. Hopefully if I refresh this chat, you'll come back. Oh, okay, good. I don't know what happened. Let's pray we don't have problems like this all night. Hi, Deb on the move. Hi, Bren. Hi, Juju. Pat and Snow Remover. Hey there, Snow Remover. Haven't seen you in ages. Bergstrong, Sharon. Ethereal. You guys are showing in here. You're not showing in the other thing. Hang on, I gotta stop my other video. Okay. Sharon, Kristen, Ann, Tico, Lori, Lisa, Gigi, My Full Heart and Hand, Sherlyn, Paisley, Lisa H, Nurse Nana Patty, Kathy, Brindy I got, Bergstrong. All right, we'll wait for everybody to find us again. Apple Snapple, you got in here, Alley Cattails. Hey there. Hi, Delia. Hey, Potter. Paisley, oh please, no part 6. Oh, please, believe me, I don't want that either. Miss Mary, time stopped, yeah. Natural Wonder, Mandy Hall, hi. Okay, so let's go. Hi, Kathy. Back to the question I had. Are there any sleepwalkers in here? If you sleepwalk, let me know. It was being searched, but so far it's not Haley Dilly's house. It's across the street. But so far there's nothing been said about it. Yeah, that's all that's been said. And then we were talking about the case and the other case in Florida before we get into this one, about the woman from Salt Lake City that was at a Fort Lauderdale hotel and she was missing for 2 days. They found her in the body of water behind the hotel. But they say there's no foul play involved. I'm a little skeptical because in Florida, she would most likely be eaten by an alligator. And they say she was sleepwalking maybe. Are you telling me when you get into a body of water, you're not going to be jarred awake? You did for a couple of weeks on Ambien. That would scare the crap out of me, Kathy. You have been told about it, no memories. Raspberry Snowdrop, hi, you lived in Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, I've been there a lot too. I actually lived there too. We had a shouldn't say part of the we had a vacation condo on the beach there for probably when I was in 4th through 9th grade, and then we would go down several times a year, and then also spent a lot of time down there during 2003, 2004. You would go downstairs, make a nice meal, and not know the next morning. Oh, I couldn't deal with that. I would be I'm the kind of person that would freak me out, Kathy. I could never deal with, like, I mean, that's silly to say because how could you if you don't have it? Like, I would never be the kind of person that would drink and be blacked. I don't drink at all anyway because I just can't even stand the tipsy feeling. But if I would drink and know that I would black out, I can't deal with it because I would think that what could I have done when I was blacked out? And then if something came up, like if there was like a hit and run in the town, I'd be like, how do I know it's not me? And I'd be turning myself into the police. So if I was taking a medication where I didn't remember things I was doing, it would freak me the heck out. I would be freaked. I would have to get off of the medication. Hi, Jessica. Hypnotics. I wasn't actually referring to myself, but I'll take my praises. Oh, hi, Sakura. I don't know. Hi, Jessica. Donna. Carol. Hello there. But would you wake up if you were sleepwalking into a body of water? You were hypnotized. Everyone thought it was funny. You had to stop. It's called the devil's aspirin. Yeah, I don't even take over the counter. Like, I won't even take melatonin. I won't take it. This kind of stuff freaks me out. I think if I take it, what if I never woke up? What if I was so groggy? What if I couldn't get myself together? My thoughts are foggy. I'm not a person I don't like medications. I don't like stuff like that. I'm crazy enough. Your sister lived in New York City and slept in the nude. She lived like 10 blocks. She had like 10 locks on her door. Oh my gosh, that would freak me out. Hi, Judy, Mandy, Linda, Nicole. You could be walking and not know it, like walk right to the store and back and not know. Okay, but you're walking to the store and back. What about a body of water? What about a jarring of cold water? Would that wake you up? Just listening. It's been chainsawing. Oh, you have chainsawing, 3 days straight? Yeah. Well, yeah, if you need them snow remover, what are you going to do? You got to take what you need. Hey, Sammy. I just the way I am. If something made me not remember something, or that would freak me out, though. I mean, really freak me out bad. Hi, Jelly Beans. You're feeling sad tonight? Your realtor officially put my child to my mom. Yeah, I know. That's sad. Sorry about that, Jelly Beans. If you can't sleep, use a fan. Hey, Just In Casers, how are you? Oh, thank you, Snow Remover. For reading Jennifer's plug, thanks. Lonnie, Jenny D. So, what do you think? Did anybody hear the story? Do you think there's no chance of foul play and she just walked into this body of water? Hi, whisper to me. I just want to know, do you think that? If I was the sleepwalker, I'd have to get the thing that Joan Crawford tied her kids in the bed with. Seriously, I would. So that I couldn't get out and then not remember something. The sleep safe. You could have, Deb on the Move, you could have walked into a body of water and not even had the instinct to swim. No, you don't what? I see. You guys are saying no, I don't. Not at all. You don't what? Because you don't think it's foul play, or you walked into a body of water. Oh, the woman from Salt Lake City that disappeared. I would think a body of water would wake her up. I would too. I think otherwise maybe we'd hear of they say yes. Would cough and that would wake you up. But if you guys are saying that people are driving a car and they're going to a store and they're cooking a meal, even though they're sleepwalking, they're conscious and they're like, Kathy didn't burn her house down, right? So she knew something, her subconscious, she was operating on autopilot there. And she knew obviously to shut the oven or shut the stove, right? Did you leave the stove on, Kathy? I mean, did you leave the refrigerator open? So something's taking over for her. And the one whose sister's driving a car, she's getting behind the wheel. She's driving that car. She didn't kill anyone, right? Okay. So would this woman then not have the senses to say, I can't go in that body of water, I'll drown? Just like whoever's driving the car knows, I can't go in the opposite lane, I'll get killed. Your husband would hear you downstairs and tell me to go upstairs to bed. I did nicely, and I just remember him talking me to. So you follow directions, but it seems dreamlike. Unless she had narcolepsy. You might eat more than normal. You might drive somewhere you normally don't go, but you would not forget how to swim. Right, and would you forget that I shouldn't go into that body of water right now because it's dark and it's late, and I shouldn't go in there because I'm not in a swimsuit and there's probably alligators in there and I shouldn't do it. She leaves it on all the time while she's sleepwalking. You just emailed me that okay, Sammy, I missed what we're doing here. What are you sending me of? I guess I should just look at the email. What is this for, Sammy? Which one? I'm lost, Sammy. Oh, the celebration. Okay, so this is... You have to clue me in on what this is. I don't have a Ring app, so I don't know. This is the neighborhood gets an alert? This is your Ring? Clue me in here, please, because I don't understand. And I know, don't show the third one. Thanks for telling me, because I was talking about that in the Happy Mail. So this is neighborhood comments. Neighbor 10, possibly having to do with that missing family. Neighbor 26, what missing family? Neighbor 10, family from Celebration, husband, wife, and 3 young kids were supposed to be traveling to Connecticut. They haven't been seen in weeks, apparently. Neighbor 28, It does have to do with the missing family. It's all over the news. The father was arrested, and unfortunately, the family members were found deceased. These are reports of police activity near Celebration Boulevard and Reeves Place. Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Yeah, sure. Send them. I'll read them. But just 1 second. Let me just. You can send them, but I just want to finish with this Fort Lauderdale, and then we'll go on to this one because this. Okay, so let's see if there's anything. So much stuff is going on in Florida, and then.
Also this morning, a tragic discovery in a lake in Fort Lauderdale. Police.
A lake. See, they keep calling it a lake. So they confirmed that Glover's body was found in a pond in the West End. Detectives say they do not suspect foul play, and an investigation into the incident has been opened. Police also said the cause of death would be determined by a medical examiner. So we have to wait, for the medical examiner's report. He'll know if it was drowning and if it was natural or if there was any stuff going on. Which they should be able to get a medical examiner's report by, I would say, no later than Wednesday. I'm just trying to, hang on, I'm just going to, this was the, come on. That was the woman that went missing from the hotel, who was from Salt Lake. And she was 37. She was reported missing on Thursday, and she was found almost 2 days after disappearing from the Westin Hotel in Fort Lauderdale. Family and friends say she was a project manager with CHG Healthcare. She was first reported that her body had been pulled from the lake behind the hotel at around noon Saturday, and then they confirmed it was her body. Oh, my computer's not working well. I really hope I still have connection because my computer's being all funky. Yeah, I do. Okay, good. Hang on. Glover was last seen on surveillance video from the hotel, which shows her walking down the stairs without shoes at about 2 a.m. on Thursday. And her husband announced on Saturday, "Dear friends and family, it is with broken hearts we share that Kelly Glover's body was found." Now, I'm sorry. I don't know. Maybe someone posted that for him. Maybe he didn't post it. I would say that my wife, that we share that Kelly, like he's not even has any attachment to her. I don't know. I get skeptical right away. From New York, can't help it. Was found around 12 p.m. on January 11th. Investigation ongoing. Funeral arrangements will be in Salt Lake City and announced when we have details. It looks like somebody posted on his page. The family thanks everyone for their support. Glover's husband, Adam Bremer, arrived in South Florida from Salt Lake City on Friday, along with the rest of Glover's family, to help with the search. We're all just shook. We're all still in shock, said Melissa Glover, Kelly's younger sister. We're all grieving in our own way. On Friday, Fort Lauderdale police searched the surrounding area with dogs, divers, and helicopters, but did not find Glover, who was staying at the Westin with an unidentified friend, according to social media posts. Melissa Glover reported that friends, family, and even strangers have joined in the search and had helped spread the word of her sister's disappearance via social media. We're all just grateful that there's a resolution, she said. This could have gone on for 20 or 30 days. According to her sister, Kelly Glover had come to South Florida on a work trip. Her friend went to bed early on Wednesday night, Bremer told WPL, that's the news source there, on Friday. My wife was still up, and her friend woke up at about 4 a.m., and my wife was nowhere to be found, and the door was left open. Okay, that I find a little weird, too, because those hotel doors usually slam shut. Bremer said, let's see, she's pretty responsive. He said, I usually get up before her, and I send her the first message in the morning, and not one morning has gone by where I haven't heard from her by 9 o'clock. In its statement, the Fort Lauderdale Police Department indicated that foul play was not suspected in Kelly Glover's death. Melissa Glover concurred with the police's assessment, and she said she still had a lot of unanswered questions about what happened to her sister, but I don't believe there was foul play. When asked what she thought might have happened, Melissa Glover noted that a lack of fencing between the pool and the pond. I think she drowned, she said. A review of publicly available photos of the hotel's pool deck and patio show that it is not fenced in and that a concrete bulwark that looks almost like a seawall separates it from the pond. Management at the hotel would not comment, stating only that they are working with the family and the investigation. No funeral arrangements have yet been made, but Melissa Glover did want to thank everyone who shared the wanted poster and who helped search for her sister. The support was very meaningful, and we appreciate everyone's help. I don't know. I'll reserve until we get the autopsy back. All right. You have sound? Who doesn't have sound? Don't even tell me you don't have sound. Who doesn't? Hi, Danielle. Who doesn't have sound? Apparently sleepwalking for blocks and into water can occur. I'm too hypervigilant for that to be added to my list of anxieties. Okay. We are going to do the murders at Disney right now. That was Fort Lauderdale. Okay, so now Disney. First of all, let me tell you, I did not even know. Maybe I shouldn't say that. I could have heard of this a long time ago and totally put it out of my mind. But I'm going to say that I didn't remember or I didn't know that this neighborhood existed. And when I started to research it, all I could think of was this almost like the Ice Cream Man music playing in the background. And remember that guy from the first Jaws, the one that didn't want to close the beach in Amityville? I pictured some guy like him. It was a movie in my head because when I was reading what they said about this place, I'm like, a place like this doesn't really exist. Because everybody goes to Disney World. Oh, I wish I could live in Disney World. Well, you can live in Disney World. And then there would be this voiceover over that music in the background. And they would talk about this town, about the spotless streets and the beautiful homes and the feel of community. And then you'd see people walking around like Stepford people. And I said, my gosh, that sounds like a scary movie, right? And then you find out all the people living there are crazy. So anyway, I was talking to my daughter, called me, and she said, I said, hey, did you hear about this thing in Celebrity, Florida? She said, no, but one of my really good friends grew up there. I said, she did? Yeah, and then she told me her friend's name, and I said, but she goes, yeah, she's in Washington State. So I said, she's in Washington State. Did she ever tell you that she grew up in the happiest place on earth? Did she tell you great things about it? She's like, not really, and her whole family has since moved out of there. So I'm not thinking that. So I'm like, okay. And then I said, maybe I could have her on one day and she could tell me what it was like firsthand growing up in this place. And then someone else from Florida contacted me, and they said, I'm trying to find out some stuff for you, but I'm finding out very little. And I forget what she called that place, but it wasn't good. It was along the lines of like this crazy Stepford community. There apparently is another one called Oak something that I didn't look at that one, but the houses there are, like, when we were on the live today, somebody was like, oh, the houses are 120,000. And then somebody's like, no, that's an apartment. Even the condos, I went online, even the condos could be 400, 500,000. The median home price was almost 800,000, and that was in 2018. Hi, Advocate. Golden Oak, yeah. So, Sammy, what do you know about this place? You know, you want to call in and talk about this a little bit, since you're right there? Do you know about this place? You want to talk about it? So I never heard about this place. And then explain the ring stuff and all that. What or where is this area? It's 6 miles from Disney and 20 minutes from Universal. And to go to Disney, hi, Robert, you go right on to the World Drive, which is into Disney. You don't even have to go on a highway. When I was reading about it, I got a really weird vibe. Like, this is out of a movie. This is crazy. This sounds like a social experiment. This really sounds crazy. And then I was thinking, wait a minute. Okay, and I apologize if I know some of you are like Disney fanatics, and I have to apologize, okay, because I'm not a Disney fanatic. I do know a lot of them, and I've had to work with them as a blogger. I had to host many Disney parties, and I used to be in these groups where these people were like out of their minds for Disney. And I know people that had to get married there. And that's all I'll say. But I almost think that these communities, these people that are out of their mind for Disney, would do everything they had to do to move in there. And I wonder if all of the families that live in that community are waving a huge Disney flag. So Sammy, you want to come on and talk about this? Because there are people, like my daughter had her old boss, his wife, he was venting to me once because he knew I was a blogger, and he said, you know, those Disney, this was his wife, and this is what he said. The Disney freaks, that's my wife. We had to get married there. We had to have our honeymoon there. We have to go there every single year on our anniversary. Everything revolves around Disney. Everything in our lives revolves around Disney. And I said, oh my gosh, he goes, I know your daughter told me you work with a lot of those bloggers because they are just, and I can say that because I was in the group, so, okay. We would be expecting a package from Disney. They were literally taking pictures of the FedEx man bringing this, as if they were bringing a bit of Disney. I mean, like, really, Disney was coming to the house. They were beside themselves. And I don't know. So some people are. Now, I just want to know, are those kind of people in these neighborhoods? Bestie. I don't get it. I don't know. And my point? Well, my point is that does that add to the freakishness of it? Are they built in order to take advantage of those kind of people that will pay, that'll go in over their head and overextend themselves to live in what they think is a dream? You think you get a free... Oh, I guarantee you don't. Because Disney will soak you for every dime they can. You might get a discount, but they're not going to give you a free pass. And if they do, believe me, it's built into the homeowners association. At what cost, Sharon, though? That's what I'm saying. At what cost? You live 40 minutes. Sammy, I'll send you the number, Sammy. I'm sorry, I was waiting for it, and then Sharon was yelling at me, and she wasn't yelling at me, but there were a lot of question marks. Okay. She already emailed me. I'm just going to respond to your email. Hi, Stephanie. My point is, Sharon, it's okay to like something a lot, but anything that somebody gets fanatical about, I think it does show a degree of mental illness. And I'm talking about fanatical. I'm not talking about liking Disney, but I'm talking about being a fanatic about it. A fanatic about anything. It could be, anything that you're fanatical about, there might be a little degree of mental illness where that's involved. But I'm talking fanatical. Like, life revolves around it. But I just keep seeing a movie, like a modern Stepford Wives. You really want to know why did it have some poor animal die? Oh yeah, sad part. They always had to have it. Mind control, yeah. Yeah, they could get that way about a fantasy football team. And I still, if it gets fanatical, if it gets in your everyday life and you can't stop, oh, then you're not, then don't worry, Sharon, then you're fine. But if you were a fanatic, like if you got up every day and you couldn't stop talking about it and it ruled your every life and every single thing in your house was Disney or it didn't come in your house, then you might have a problem. But you're not, so don't worry about it. Hi, Sammy.
Hey, how are you?
Good. So tell us about this celebration place.
Okay, so you'll have to like look it up to like really get like the true vibe of it. But there's a street inside Celebration called Jeter Bend, and there's at least a few of the Disney Imagineers that live on that street.
Mm-hmm.
And every Christmas, they try to outdo each other with like Christmas lights and a show, and literally going down that street during like Christmas time is like walking through Disney World. They have like a light display and fake snow coming down. It's like the craziest. Like there's no way for me to even like fully give you a picture of it. You would have to go like look it up like on YouTube or Google it. It's called Jeter Bend. And
Jeter, is that like Derek Jeter, like a J?
Yeah, with a J.
Okay. You can go ahead. I'll just see if I can get a picture or something.
Like most of the people who live here are like super huge Disney fanatics or Disney employees. My dad, he's a chef for Disney. He's one of the chefs for the restaurants in Magic Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not like that. We're not like, there's different levels. We're not like on that level.
Right. So as I was looking up this community, because I went to Realtor.com and I was looking at buying a house in Celebration. There's a lot of like they can start like the median like I was finding them for like $500,000 small houses, and not much to them, not crazy. But then there were ones $3-4 million.
There's like two parts of the neighborhood. Michael Eisner, he used to own a house here in the neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
But then he sold it after he left the company or whatever he did with the company.
Mm.
But there's like two parts. It's like a normal people part, and then like a much smaller, super uber rich part.
Right. And now look, I found, hold on, I think I have a picture of the lights because, hang on.
They had Disney characters this year, like walking down the street. I'll show you a picture of my dogs with Olaf.
I see that. Hold on. And it looks like they got fake snow too.
Yeah. It's over the top.
Is this trick or treating or this is Christmas? This is Christmas.
I'm not looking.
Oh,
they do it every Christmas. I'm not sure.
There's Olaf.
Every Christmas is like the time.
Olaf is out there, and there's a bunch of people over there. This is on a page. There's actually a page. It says on Facebook, photos from the lights on Jeter Bend's post. Oh, so here, yeah.
It's crazy, right? Like these are like, it's like they brought Disney home.
So there's bears there, and they have, what is this? A production crew is coming in. Looks like a production crew is rolling down the street there. Hold on. Like there. Are they setting up for this? Maybe. And then this is a normal family shot over here. Oh, they have a parade's going down the street too. Right? Yeah, like they've got like cheerleaders coming down. And let's see what else. So yeah, that's just the regular street, and it kind of looks like ready for the Disney parade at the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah. Isn't that nuts? They're nuts.
And let's see. Oh, it's actually called a light fight, they say. Light fight. They try to outdo each other.
ABC came and filmed it once. The ABC had a show and they came.
Yeah, well, that's the
they
production
filmed it
crew.
once.
Yeah, I think that was walking through. I got it. Yeah. Fireworks, too. Let me see. There's so many people. Are these people that come from all over, or they just live in this development?
No, they come from all over on the streets. It's so annoying. The streets are like lined up with cars, and people just park their cars randomly, and people get out of their car and like just start walking through the neighborhood.
So it's not a gated, like they're not, anybody can come in there?
Yeah, anyone can come in. It's a totally open community. We
I'm
have
surprised.
a hospital, we have restaurants, the school. Totally 100% open.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, and there's also Halloween because the people have Mickey pumpkins on the stoop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they probably have to. They probably come down. You want a Mickey pumpkin? That'll be $49.95 for each house. They probably, I can imagine. You want a Mickey? They probably. I wonder if they offered to do those Mickey topiaries. That they.
Yeah.
They probably.
Yeah.
You want that? 5,000.
There's a place here called Cast Connection, and you can only be a cast member to shop there. And it's all like the leftover stuff from the park. So like when like the resorts get like a new set of dishes or something, the old dishes come to Cast Connection, or if the parks update their holiday decorations, all the old decorations come to Cast Connection, and cast members can buy the older stuff for like dirt cheap. So a lot of the decorations and stuff you see are from the park or from a Disney resort that they probably purchased at Cast Connection.
So when you say cast members, that's anyone that works for Disney?
Yeah, Disney cast members.
Okay. So has your father?
Like I drink the Kool-Aid too.
Yeah.
No, so we've been there, we've gone there, but it's not like my dad's not into it. Like me and my mom are more into it. But my dad, the actual cast member, doesn't care for it, so we don't really go.
Right. So does your dad ever say like that he sees some people that are just like so over the top with the Disney?
Yeah, he calls them Disney freaks.
Oh, okay.
No, there are. Oh my gosh, there's so many. There are people who go way overboard. For example, our neighbor has a powder blue like Chevy Spark with like the thing on his antenna is like something from a Disney movie, and his license plate is something from Out of Time or one of those other, like an older Disney movie. He looks like he's a driving cartoon.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So other than this, do you like going through the town? Have you ever gone like you've gone to their shops and stuff?
Oh yeah. There's shops, there's restaurants. Like they're like really popular restaurants that a lot of like people my age go to over there. But like there is a vibe when you're like just driving through the neighborhood. There is like an eerie feeling, and I'm not sure where it comes from, but there is a vibe. But the restaurants and the shops don't really have that kind of vibe. I mean, the shops aren't anything that really like I would shop at. They're like more like, I don't know, like old lady shops or
Old lady shops.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah, no, I know. Yeah, like boutiques and stuff that But do they can I ask you something? Do they have those people in there like they have in Disney where they have the name tag where they're really from? Is it like that?
No.
Okay,
No,
so there's
these are more
regular
like mom and
people.
pop shops.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the thing. I don't know if they really are owned by Disney because the whole vibe is like what's it called? Like mom and pop, like so like I don't know if they're playing a part of being mom and pop or if they really are mom and pop.
Well, it said that, it's designed by Disney, but it's not a Disney property.
Disney sold it not too long ago, or maybe a couple of years ago now.
Because here's the store directory. So you can go to, what does it have? They have a Bank of America. This is the store directory. A lot of realties in there. They have chocolate ice cream and fudge, French pastries, Gypsy Moon Market, and other curiosities. Oh, let's see.
The Celebration Hospital is
Chiropractic.
actually one of the best in the city.
Let's see. There's a Thai place, a lot of family food and friends, Town Tavern.
Yeah, Town Tavern is the place. Like, if you're going to come here, Town Tavern is the place you'd go.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's see. So upcoming events. Let's see what's coming up. They have a farmer's market. Let's see. They have a wine stroll. There's going to be an art wine stroll. They have a lot of art and wine strolls. There's going to be an exotic car show coming up. I'm just trying to get a picture of the downtown. They don't have a shopping, dining, medical. So they have medical facilities there. And
the hospital is like number 2 in the city for best hospital.
Oh, wow. Okay. And so what did you hear about this being down there?
So we started getting alerts that there was like crime activity and caution.
Mm-hmm.
And so then we looked it up, and it's literally in the same neighborhood. It's just like, it's like a 10-minute walk. It's, it's not something we drive past every day or walk past every day. But it's kind of weird because no one really knows that family. Like, they know of there is a missing family, but nobody really like knows them. It feels like. So a lot of the neighbors were talking about like a lot of people think they're maybe renters,
Mm-hmm.
because there are a ton of renters that come through this neighborhood. They like, they're not from here. They want to like get the taste of the lifestyle, and then they move out or whatever. But almost, I would say like half the neighborhood now, it feels like are people that rent.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like maybe these people are renters because no one really knows them.
Well, they got the eviction notice, right? And then it's very confusing as I try to follow this story because something's real. There's like big gaps in time that are missing. Because some people claim they haven't heard from them like since November. Other people are saying December 15th. And then we have a date of January 6th, but that's only through a text. Then their neighbors say they saw them with the van full, or whatever, the vehicle. And that's another thing. Their family didn't know what vehicles they had, which is pretty strange. And
that is weird.
Yeah. And then the neighbor said they were like, made it sound like they were packed to the gills on December 15th.
Mm-hmm.
And that he was going to give them sand buckets or something, guys, because he was cleaning out. I figured if you guys are going on vacation, but that he didn't get to there. But the wife said that's the husband used to see her walking the dog, and nobody saw them for a long time. Now the other thing is, if they had been deceased at the house all this time, there would be a horrific smell, and those houses are pretty close.
Yeah.
Right? And wouldn't they have checked the house?
Nobody bring the bodies out either. I don't think they're in that house.
Because it's so crazy. There's so many reports. Somebody was saying they found something by a tennis court nearby. Then the news reporter said the bodies were found in the house. He was taken out of the house, but it doesn't make sense.
I would bet you anything those bodies were not in that house, because there's so many photos like floating around, all of like all the social medias and everything of him coming out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
Someone would have gotten a picture of a body coming out,
right?
A stretcher, something. Yeah,
I mean, it's Alley Cattails. It's a couple that's originally from Connecticut. They had two physical therapy practices. Now that's another whole thing. They said that sometime in November, somebody that worked for the physical therapy practice thought she saw investigators or something there. Now they say there might be insurance fraud going on there. So they might be embroiled in insurance fraud, debt. I don't know what other things. When I looked on his Facebook page, he wrote really nice things about his family. He seemed very hands-on with his kids. He seemed in love with his wife. Again, it's fake book, right? So we don't know. But just from looking there, from reading his reviews on his Facebook page, he had great reviews as a physical therapist. And then somebody on Twitter I saw responded like, oh no, this can't be Tony. He's worked with my mother twice a week for, I don't know, like 6 years. She loves him. And then I'm thinking, how are they, they don't mention a new practice in Florida, though they mention that they're licensed in Florida, but his expired and hers was soon to expire. And I'm just looking at the chat for a second, but then, and then there's somebody mentioned a condo something like before they moved into their house in Florida. So maybe they rented a condo until their house was ready, or I don't know. It's so crazy. And then they had signs on there, we'll be back before the first of the year. It makes it sound like there was some kind of insurance fraud going on. Maybe he can't renew his license. Maybe that's another thing because of whatever. Maybe they took away his ability to do that. And now he's freaking because that's his whole livelihood. And maybe his wife is not going to be able to do it either. And now they have a house down there. And I don't know what he was thinking. And I don't know if they were Disney freaks. I don't see anything on their page I don't see anything on their page. I have friends that they count down each trip to Disney. The one end, she goes 6 times a year and it's counted down. And she acts like she's going for the first time every time. So, but I don't see that on their page. The reports mention 2 addresses in Celebration. Probably one was the condo that they're talking about. And, I wonder if the trolls are the Disney freaks that are mad at me. No, okay. Sorry, I'm talking about fanatical. I'm not talking about liking Disney. I'm talking about fanatics. Where you can't go. But you're not a freak, Sharon. You're not a freak. Freaks are fanatical. They can't live a day without talking about Disney all day long. Okay, so yeah, I know another person in Florida is like, Carolyn, I'm trying to get news and I can't get anything. I'm here. But she had words to say about the community, not nice ones, freaky. So is that the normal consensus? Do they, if you're out somewhere and you say I'm in Celebration, do some people look at you a little, oh yeah?
A little, yeah. There's a little bit of weirdness of when people mention Celebration, for sure. There's even more weirdness with the other one, Golden Oak. There's even really creepy weirdness with that one. That one's gated, and the public can't get in. It's weird. The local news said 4 bodies were found in the house, but not a single neighbor has mentioned it or has a photo or nothing. And there's so many cell phone shots of that guy coming out of his house. Right.
Yeah.
Weird.
I don't know. It's just, the whole thing is weird. And I wonder what the percentage is of people that moved down there for the whole Disney thing and get in over their heads to, you know, and have to leave? Like, is
Yeah.
there a big turnover rate in the houses, or?
And there's definitely a huge turnover rate, like especially in this area. So there's Celebration, and then right out, like Celebration is technically inside of another city called Kissimmee.
Mm-hmm.
And Kissimmee, like back in the day, like in the 90s, like Kissimmee was like the place when you come
Right.
to Orlando.
Yeah.
But now it's like so run down. It's like now it's like the bad part of the neighborhood. You don't really
Yeah.
want to go to Kissimmee.
I know, right?
Um,
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, it was getting bad. Like even back in like 2004, I remember we couldn't even get a hotel in Kissimmee, and then we had to stay at this. Like we just like one to one to one, and it was like, yeah, it was getting. You could see it was getting run down.
yeah. I think a lot of people come with like that like idea of like, I'm gonna live in Kissimmee, I'm gonna live in Celebration, and they don't, like, it's super expensive. Like the town is built for tourists. The prices are built for tourists.
Right. Well, people like that
not-
anyway. When people go on vacation, they do. Oh, I wish I could live here. Right? Like you go to Hawaii. Oh, I wish I could live
Yeah.
here. And it's like but you're on vacation. You know, so of course it seems really, and it's nice, and the weather's nice, and oh, it's wonderful. But that doesn't mean life there will be wonderful. You know,
Yeah.
so, and I think, I just wonder how many families, and I am going to do a little investigating to see how many, like, what's the divorce rate, what's, you know, I was looking at the crime rate. Now they've got a huge crime. Right now they can't say, oh, our neighborhoods are so safe. They've got this huge thing that happened. But it's just, yeah, what's going on? You know, I don't know.
It's odd that it happened in Celebration, because the people who live in Celebration love to say, like, not our neighborhood. Our neighborhood, like, we live in Celebration. We're safe.
Right.
It's safe here. Like, people have that air about them.
Yeah. And what about the other one, the other planned community, the Oak, what is it, Oak Park? Oak?
Golden Oak.
Golden Oak. What is that, more
Yeah,
desirable or
that
less?
one- It's like, yeah, it's for like uber rich. Like, I don't even know how much it is to live there, but it's super expensive. Where like you get an annual pass when you purchase a home there.
Oh.
And that one is literally like literally almost on Disney property. You could probably see the fireworks every night from their house.
Yeah. I imagine that would be the ultimate desire of a Disney fanatic, is to live right there.
Yeah, right on property.
Yeah. Even in
Golden Oak
Celebration, I
doesn't
just
sound like
think
a
that's the
retirement home.
ultimate goal,
Yeah.
at least for the ones that I know. Celebration School had unusual philosophy, classes, 80 kids, 2 teachers. Julie Hart, you live there? Do you? Norma said, oh my gosh, I believed you. You can live there, but it doesn't mean life will be a fairy tale. Exactly, Janae. And I think that's what it is. It's romanticized so much that how amazing will it be? Right? And I don't know.
Yeah.
But it sounds like a movie, like, I don't know, like a scary kind of movie. And I just hear I hear that ice cream song in the background.
Okay, so there's like rocking chairs, like right along that, like line like the water. So if you really want to get creepy, like if you go when you go there, you can see the rocking chairs, and just because of the wind, but they're just like rocking by themselves. Like,
Yeah.
There's a definitely like creepy vibe there.
Yeah, I know. How does one become a Disney fanatic, Charlie? Well, if your whole life revolves around Disney, I mean, like every life event has to be spent at Disney. If you go to Disney multiple times a year and it's all you talk about, and like I said, you have everything is Disney in your house, and your house is in Disney colors, and every wall is painted in Disney colors and stuff like that, you probably might be crossing over to the fanatic stage. Did you hear that there's something going on? Yeah, we did, Gina, but they haven't said what it is yet. Rule that all homes have to have Mickey Mouse on the property. I would think that they would have a topiary shrub, and people would try to outdo each other with that, and they could charge like a crazy amount of money to put those on there. If I was going to design a Disney community, I would know how to really do it up good. Like, there would be no regular shrubs. Everything would be a Disney shrub. All the little finials on the porch would be like Disney, would be Mickey Mouse heads or Minnie Mouse heads. Everything inside should be like that. Every house should have, Disney dishes that are in there. You should only be able to use Disney dishes. Everything Disney colors. Only Disney paints allowed. I would know how to really cater to the fanatics. Like, all the furnishings are, you don't have to bring your furnishings because they're all picked out by a Disney designer. And like, all the little lamps will have their little finial, have a Mickey Mouse or a Minnie Mouse head on there. You have hidden Mickeys here? Oh yeah? I would know how to really do it. We just did the summary. Couple from Connecticut with 3 kids. It looks like there was trouble in their physical therapy practices. And little dressed up mice running around. Your cricket would be Jimmy. That is his favorite character. And I would have things on the, like, have a little truck that went around daily with like different lawn ornaments that they could get. Do you want, look, we have a new Jiminy Cricket in now. And they would get him. Oh, and when it came the holiday, there would be no regular wreaths or menorahs or whatever. They would all have to have a Disney theme. The wreaths would have ears on them. The trees all had to have toppers that were Disney. How can I send you a package? Email me and I'll give you my mailing address. Oh no, we're not talking about food now. I am not trying to eat again. Well, I could do it good, even though I'm not a fanatic. I really could. That's a lot a week now. Wow. Our vacations at Disney were wonderful, Sharon said, and our other favorite place is Las Vegas, another escape from reality. But then you go other places, Sharon. I'm talking about people that don't, that friend of mine doesn't go anywhere but Disney. So, you don't get the Disney thing. You're not, I'm sorry, Sharon, I know maybe you want to be, you're not a fanatic. You're not. I'll show you a fanatic one day. Maybe I can get a fanatic to call in and you'll see what a fanatic is. I'm talking about lives, breathes, and eats Disney 24/7. Not just likes
Come
going
hang out
there.
with me. There's so many around here.
Yeah.
The girls who play the princesses at the park, like, some of them are like really cuckoo. Like, they won't tell you they play the princess at the park. They tell you they're friends with the princess. Like, I'm friends with Ariel. But like, dang well you dress up as Ariel in the park. Why can't you just say it? But they don't. Like, they don't want to. They never break character.
Oh wow.
It's
wow.
So weird.
Oh my gosh. You hope Disney doesn't mess up Star Wars. You're a Star Wars fanatic? Hi, Norma. Norma, thanks for the super chat you left. I left you a message yesterday in there, but just so you got that. Do tattoos count? What do you mean, Alma, for being Disney? No, you could still be a fan of Disney. I have Disney stuff around. I'm not a hater of Disney stuff. I love Winnie the Pooh. I have him around. I have Disney stuff. I have, but I'm just not. I more like Disney stuff in my house than I'm freaking about going there or living there or I don't know. And I have gone there, but I told you, it's like I get aggravated with a lot of stuff over there. And I've stayed in the properties. I've stayed in, which one did we stay in? Oh my gosh. And it was one thing after another. They ended up having to give us free rooms because something kept happening. It was incredible. They're contractually obligated to stay in character. It's immediate termination if you break it. Oh, wow.
They're minimum wage employees. I'm sorry.
Oh, Donald Duck orange juice, right? Yeah. Donald Duck orange juice. Your dad's worked. My dad's worked there. We didn't really have a choice. Oh, your dad's worked there. You didn't really have a choice. Are you fanatical, Mrs. Roger Rabbit? With really good benefits. Hi, Montana Sky. So the ring stuff you were sending me, those were notifications about. Now the other ones, did they say anything different? They didn't mention bodies or anything?
No, none of the Ring and Next Door, neither of them mentioned bodies or had photos of anything like that. The Next Door, I have to take screenshots for you. Next Door had like the same photos of him coming out of the house, and like the tape in front of the house, like the same stuff you're seeing everywhere else. But no one, none of the neighbors are mentioning anything about seeing bodies or stretchers or anything.
Did you drive by today?
No, I didn't, but I can.
Oh, okay.
I can take my dogs down there.
I know. I'm just wondering if they're like still have they're doing crime scene stuff over there.
Oh, I don't know.
You know.
My dad gets up around between 3 and 4. So when he gets up, I'll ask him to go.
Dad, could you just hustle on down over there and see what's going on? I'm sure they want to get them out of there as quickly as possible because the people are probably like, we cannot have this. This does not fit our, because they're trying to sell houses in there. That's not good. Oh, here's the one you want to look at. Don't look that way. Don't look that way. Keep over here. Right? Why? What's going on over there? Nothing. It's there. It's a movie.
I wonder if they have the same policy that they have in the parks for accidents. Like they cover that up real quick.
Oh, yeah?
Remember when the boy was eaten by an alligator at the hotel?
Oh, that was so bad. Oh, my gosh. Yes. During like a marshmallow roasting or something, right?
Minutes.
What did you say?
What did you say? Disney PR was on there with minutes, and they had bought everyone that was staying at that hotel. They took care of their room stay. Like Disney PR, flew in there and took shushed people up real quick.
Can you imagine how traumatic that was? I mean, not for for the family, of course, but I mean, even for the people with their kids sitting there and seeing that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if you remember, but that was like 1 or 2 days after the Pulse shooting here. And my dad, he was driving home from the park that night, and like everyone in Orlando was on edge and everything from Pulse. And when my dad got home, he said, I think something's going on at Disney. On my way home, I drove past, like a ton of fire trucks and police trucks, whatever. And when he came in, he put on the news right away to see if anything was going on. And that's what it was that boy. And everyone here was hoping and praying it was a hoax because we weren't even over Pulse yet. It was just 24 hours after Pulse.
Yeah.
And then that happened. And when all the national media, they were all still here for
that was horrific. That was horrific.
Yeah.
No, Sharon, people did. The father tried to get the little boy. It was heart-wrenching.
They fought hard. Yeah.
You think they didn't see it? Why? Because you heard a news report that they didn't see it? People saw it. It was horrific. Oh my gosh. I heard the father's account of it. I was like, I can't even imagine seeing that alligator grab your kid and you're trying. Oh my gosh. It's horrible. It was like wasn't it like, it was like a marshmallow roasting or something? Something was going on.
Yeah,
It was
every
around,
night. Yeah, every night they do something outside for the guests, like they play a movie on the beach or do marshmallow roasting. So it was something like that.
That's horrible. That was, ugh. I can't even imagine. That had to be so heart-wrenching to just have to. He was like 2. I don't even think he was 3 jelly beans. He was, oh my gosh. And then they never even got to get even any part of his body to bury, right? Or did they find anything?
So they did.
Oh, they did find
They
something.
found him. Yeah, the alligator like took him down to the bottom and like drowned him.
Oh gosh. Oh, that is so bad. Yeah, people were really upset when that happened. That Disney didn't take enough ownership of it, and they should have
Yeah, it
known.
was terrible.
Right? They should have known that they're,
They knew. They just had been lucky for a long time.
Danielle, no, I don't. It's probably the one that it's not open. Just the chat is probably open on it. Don't worry about it. You need to go to Caden Chapman Love in Port. I need to go to Caden Chapman Love in Port Clinton right now. Why? There's an ambulance and a bunch of things. It's been happening though, Kristen. It has. I'll check it out, but it's been happening. Didn't just start. It's been for hours. I've heard that, and they said that there was no body found in the house. Let's see. And you can tell us anything else about
Celebration.
yeah, about Celebration, about anything you've heard. We're very interested. And I'm just gonna look up this thing well.
I think I don't know if I've heard anything else than what I've shared, but if I hear any more, for sure, I'll email you tomorrow. I'm sure more will come out tomorrow when
Yeah, please.
all the neighbors get word of it. Yeah, for sure.
Please.
Yeah, definitely. I'll send you the screenshots too from the Nextdoor app too.
Okay, great. Well, thanks for coming on and
Cool.
telling us a little bit about this. I mean,
Sure. Anytime.
Yeah.
Have a great night.
All right, you too. All right, take
All right,
care.
take care.
Be careful. All right,
Bye-bye.
bye. Okay, so the heavy police presence, Kristen, has been going on for over 6 hours over there, okay? I mean, the first reports of it. There's a heavy police presence at a vacant house near the Harley Dilley residence. Port Clinton police cannot confirm the nature of law enforcement on the 500 block of Fulton Street, only that the BCI is on the scene investigating. Multiple streets around the house have been blocked off. Harley Dilley was last seen on December 20th. A coat hanging inside the unoccupied home police are searching looks similar to the one Harley Dilley was last seen wearing, although officials have not said anything about it. A sergeant on the scene said he was called in about the situation at 4:30 p.m. today, Monday afternoon, and arrived at 5. At around 1:15 a.m. on Tuesday, police were still on the scene and investigators started cutting the vacant house's walls open from the inside. It's unclear what they're looking for. On more than one occasion, Port Clinton police have stated that Harley Dilley's parents have fully cooperated with the investigation, and they have no reason to suspect them of any wrongdoing, including on their most recent update on the case. which was January 13th. Good morning, friends. This is the Port Clinton Police. Once again, this is still an active investigation. So far, we have no new information that I'm able to share with you this morning about Harley. As most of you know, he was last seen. Okay, they go over that. Harley's path of travel was southbound down the alley. Okay, we appreciate tips, blah, 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 blah. Nothing new there. Haley's story has garnered a lot of community attention. The reward rose to a total of $17,555 about a week ago, after nearly $6,000 was raised by a GoFundMe page created by Fisherman's Wharf. $1,000 was donated by an anonymous source, and $455 was donated by the Friends of Liberty Aviation Museum. So yeah, I mean, all it says is there is a heavy police presence and they're cutting into walls. Being there must be something there. We don't know yet, though. I mean, there's not much. Yeah, it's just that as of 1:15 a.m., they're still there. So I'm sure if something happens, if they're cutting into walls, do they smell decomposition? I don't know. It sounds like, I don't think they would be there that long. And that's a shame if he's been there all that time. Is this? Okay, so you thought we're talking about three things so far. The woman in Florida in Fort Lauderdale at the hotel found in the lake behind the hotel. Then we talked about the family in Celebration, where the father allegedly murdered his wife and 3 children. Now we're just talking about Harley Dilley, because there's a police presence at a vacant house close to where the family lives. Anyone else? This is like a Lifetime movie. It is, Kathy. How are you doing, Kathy? How's the recovery going? Hi, Ariel Mama. These subjects. Your walls and bedding have to be white, Annie? Anne? No, not yet, just in case it's not been released yet, no. But no, but he had to have a Mickey. Yeah, but see, a Mickey antenna, Sharon, I would put one on my car. I'm telling you, I like more about the Disney things, like ornaments. My tree, I have loads of Disney ornaments. Winnie the Pooh and Dumbo and yes, and I have lots of Disney tchotchkes all over and Disney stuffed animals. And I go to the Disney store because I like the stuffed animals and the mugs and stuff like that. And I have a whole desk set in Winnie the Pooh. And I would go to the Disney outlet every time I was in Orlando. And I have a huge Winnie the Pooh that when my kids were babies, as soon as they would come home from the hospital, they would go in the Winnie the Pooh to take a picture. So that kind of stuff doesn't bother me at all. I'm just talking about the actual Disney life revolving around going to Walt Disney World, revolving around it. Oh, that's fine. I have loads of Disney on my tree. I have all the Alice in Wonderland, the Cheshire Cat in like 4 different poses, plus a big purple glass bowl with the Cheshire Cat all on top of it. I have at least 5 different ornaments of him. I have the black cat from the Aristocats on my tree. Oh, I have so many, Sharon. I think you have me pegged wrong. I'm not a Disney hater. I like the stuff more than I like going there. Tchotchkes. SL Diva, we don't do that. That's not the way we do it. There's an extensive background check for that. It's like, I think it's 6. Sharon, how long was the background check on becoming a mom? Was it 6 months? I know you do, because given your email. Sharon, what was that? Was it 6 months? Because SL Diva asked, but it's 6 months on the background check, right? When we got it all back? If you want to get put on the waiting list, SL Diva, you can send your social security number, just a copy of your birth certificate and your driver's license to the email. It was 7 months. Oh, I was mistaken. SL Diva, it's 7 months, and then once everything checks out, we can get you, permanently on the waiting list. You need your social security, yeah, absolutely. Driver's license. If you're not a citizen of the U.S., your passport, and the rest of the stuff. Oh yeah, we're very diligent here. We, SL. Yeah, we got to be careful. Sharon hated the physical, but and there's periodic drug testing, right? You're okay with that, Diva? Okay. Blood samples. Somebody comes right to your home to do it, though. You don't have to worry. Somebody comes right to you. You don't even have to go to a facility. Mother's maiden name. No, we talked about. I think you're serious. You need. I know. You don't have a U.S. passport?